Hello, everyone. So today we are going to be tasting out some Bas-Armagnacs from Amateur Spirits, also known as Authentic Spirits. It's the same people. Basically, Authentic Spirits is the kind of, well, I mean, they're a bottler, but it's really the kind of regular online retail-y side. And then Amateur Spirits is their kind of jury-selected, pre-sale, drop-shippy side. And I've got 3 authentics and 1 amateur. And I wanted to try these because I've had good results with previous stuff from them. I just ordered that phenomenal VSOP cognac I tried a while back. I enjoyed... I pretty much haven't been impressed by most of what they put out, so I wanted to do a little lineup of their Bas-Armagnacs. Now, some of these were samples sent to me by the proprietor, Ariel Mserious. Some of these are I acquired on my own. So I do talk to Mr. Tuze. He's promised that if they ever do a pomace brandy pick, like a Mar pick, I will be on the tasting panel. I have my doubts that will ever happen, but here's hoping. Here's hoping the Mar revolution finally happens. But in the meantime, I can do little reviews of stuff like this. So what do we got here? 4 Bas-Armagnacs. Some of these quite old. But I'll be honest, the first one in the lineup is the one I'm most excited about, because it is not old. It is young. And to some extent, and I know this is kind of weird in Armagnac circles, I get more excited about young Armagnac than I do about the old stuff. Because at some point, we're all rating, the 70s, the early 90s Armagnac, so profound and wonderful. No, give me like a really good 8, 10, 12-year-old that is affordable, that I can point to people and say, that's awesome, go buy, and reasonably priced, go buy that. That I can expect that we're still going to have on hand once the tipping point hits with the older stocks, where it just becomes, the QPR kind of drops like a rock. It just becomes too expensive, and the quality is just not quite where it was before. I want young stuff that is good that people can go out and buy. And hopefully this will meet that expectation. I only have a little bit of it, so we're going to do this first. This is a secret. It is a Domaine Secret, whatever. Lot 16, so 2016 Bas-Armagnac. And you don't have to look too far on the site to realize this is from Simsat. I have very positively reviewed a previous Simsat from Authentic Spirits. This is I have high expectations for this younger version. I really want this to be good. So bottled, 2024? So you're looking at 7, 8 years old. This is baco and ugni blanc. This is the strongest thing on the table, but I really want to do this first, and then we're just going to go up in strength with the others. On the nose, fun. There's a couple of different things going on here that are not totally... I'm guessing they're going to come together more as the more I swirl this, but you've got a kind of aromatic grapey angle to this, like almost a Moscato d'Asti angle. So grapes and flowers, grapes and almost a potpourri thing. And you've got like a dirty thing, like a topsoil, or even like a potting peat kind of component. Coffee. Not coffee. Coffee's not very specific. Coffee grinds, like dark roast coffee grinds. And then you've got some really lovely, just French oaky kinds of notes. Fig. strong black tea, English breakfast tea. Prune. This is grapey too, but there's a little bit of, it's more like a raisin thing than like a Moscato d'Asti thing. Moscato's fun. It's one of the few wines that actually still smells like grapes. I know that sounds funny, like it's made from grapes, shouldn't it? But no, it's actually pretty rare in wine to get grape-smelling wine. But you get that in Moscato. There's a little bit of like a fresh raw ginger thing going on here, which is unusual in Armagnac. This is fun. The coffee is stepping up a little bit more. So you got the kind of dark roast grinds, but you've also got a little bit of like a fresh light roast Central American happening. Like a little bit of Panama washed process. It's interesting. This feels like it could take age. It feels like, I really like when I'm smelling, it feels like just another year or two would allow this to integrate a little bit more. But I'm not complaining, especially at the price point. This is not expensive for Armagnac at 55%. It's 55%, by the way. This is not expensive. On the palate. Delicious. This is really good. Same kind of thing. It feels like there could be more integration happening. There could be a little bit more marriage between the casky notes and the spirity notes, a little bit more tertiary fun. But what's happening here is very good. Sweet tea. I'm sorry, not sweet tea. What is that? Hong Kong style milk tea. No boba, nothing getting in the way. Just straight up, Hong Kong style strong ass milk tea. There's a lot of what's going on here. You've got a little bit of overt woodiness. There's some chopped up, old coffee table, but nice. The kind of dark roast coffee grinds are back. The figs, the prunes, a little bit of like a apricot note as well. Am I getting peach? Maybe like a hint of peach, but very more apricot. Including a little bit of that kind of apricot-y herbaceousness. And beyond that, I'm still getting those kind of like Moscato-y florals. I'm not getting the overt grapiness I was getting on the nose, but on the palate, you were getting like Moscato d'Asti kind of happy floral notes. And also a lot of black pepper. Did I mention the black pepper? Also cinnamon stick. Mouth presence is pretty darn good. A lot of it is wood and sort of tea tannins, stuff like that. But the other stuff hangs in pretty well. The fruit, the florals, they hold in pretty long in the finish. Mouth feels pretty good. I like this. I may throw this in the next order, and it makes me happy that not all good Armagnac out there is 30 years old and $150 plus now. Like this is confirmation to me that there is a future for the category, and that makes me happy. Let's start with 3 squirts because I don't have very much of this. I feel like I could go more, but I'm going to stop right there. And let us move on to... this just came out. This is the Mouréou 1988 Bas-Armagnac from Authentic Spirits. This is also baco and ugni blanc. Bottled circa 2025. So how old is this? Oh God, math on camera. 36, 37 years old, something like that. 45.8% alcohol by volume. With the rest of these, we're just going to go up by ABV because why not? Oh, what is that? So take some, I don't remember if fruit roll-ups came in peach, but I'm going to say they did. Take a peach fruit roll-up, a whole one, and then like add half a grape fruit roll-up, which didn't really taste like grape if you remember. But take one of those, mash them together, and then just cover the whole thing in dirt and fresh South American coffee grinds, Brazil, and why not some black tea leaves. Awesome tea. That's pretty much what this smells like. There's a lot of like dried fruit roll-up-y notes on this. Some fig as well. Did they make fig fruit roll-up? They should have. Really more of a Fig Newton note, actually. Yeah, Fig Newtons in your sad pile of dirt and fruit roll-up and stuff. Black pepper. A kind of a cane syrup note, actually. So if you know your Steens from having watched the channel, it smells a little bit like Steens. Cardamom. Touch of clove. A little bit like kind of fruitcake stuff. Little cinnamon. Not as much as you think, but it's in there. Trying to get some citrus. Is there citrus? Maybe well, not orange, but there is a little bit of like a Mirabelle plum note. Sure, dried Mirabelle. But really, we're focusing on the dried fruit elements of this. Dried fruit, dirt, and coffee tea. That's kind of the theme here. On the palate. This is the tricky one because this is technically very good. It's technically very good. Like tons of dried fruit, peach, prune, fig, some apricot, raisin, wood shavings, coffee grinds, tea leaves. Black tea leaves, cinnamon, cardamom, nutmeg. It's doing all the things, and the mouth presence is very good. I just find it's almost too Armagnac-y. It's too normal. It's too much what I expect from the category. Maybe for a lot of people that's going to be, for all you yak heads out there. Like that's not going to be a problem. Like this is going to be your jam. It's very good. The black pepper is just impeccably balanced against the tea. That the cane syrup thing is in play here too. Mirabelle plum again. It's technically very good. But it breaks my heart. I find this a little bit anonymous. I find this a little bit like too balanced, something like that. It's it reminds me of a lot of to bring in a wine comparison. Some of the like Bordeaux blends I have from the U.S. Even Washington State. I'm a Washington State fan. I made that video already. Go watch it. It's a lot of them are delicious and well made and balanced and impeccable. And if you put it down in front of me, I'm not going to remember it 10 minutes after I try it. This is kind of in that territory. It's very, very good, very, very well made, and nothing about it is standing out to me. I'm damning this with faint praise. I'm sorry. It's very solid. Actually, there's a little bit of like a what is that? Oh, like almost like a sour apple thing coming out. That's kind of fun. But I want to have some context before I make a judgment about this. So let's move on to these next two. Is this the... Oh, yeah. This is a Jean Bon, bottled by Authentic Spirits. So this is distilled by the Sourdois family. I've done some Jean Bons in the past, bottled by them. I think they were K&L picks. But I will put those reviews down below. This is all baco in 1992, bottled around 2024. So you're talking, 31 years old, 31 or 32. And it's 50.1% ABV. I did not write the 0.1. Hold on. 50.1. Okay. All baco. Let's see what we got. Very different on the nose. Yeah, here we go. Grungy rhubarb pie is what kind of comes to mind. Yeah, there's definitely like a pastry element. It's like a rhubarb cherry pie with pastry crust and cinnamon. It's got a sour thing on the nose, which I love. I already like this one. But also it's got some florals happening. Blossoms. Even a touch of rosewater. So we're leaning into Turkish Delight territory, which is fun. You're still getting a fair amount of dried fruit, but we're leaning into like dried cherry territory, dried sour fruit. Like dried berries, more so than usual fig and prune stuff. There is a dirt element to this, like a topsoil element, but actually less so than the previous classes. This is a case where the grunge is coming from the fruit rather than from the dirty side. Some nice spicy elements, your cinnamon. Very light, like Darjeeling tea leaves. There's some coffee elements to this too. Like funky coffee, like a monsooned coffee. I'm stretching, but let me have my fun. It's my channel. But overall, like this is picked a note, and that note is like sour pie, mostly on rhubarb and cherry, and I really dig it on the palate. Oh, Lordy. when brandies, I mean spirits in general, but particularly brandies, when they throw acid at me, I cannot help but wake up and fall in love a little bit. Like, and this is throwing some acid at me. It's not the most, bright, lemon-driven Armagnac I've ever had, but it's there. Rhubarb and sour cherry wrapped up in almost like dessert cherry, dried dessert cherry. Cinnamon sticks. More than that, almost not dessert, like a cinnamon toast crunch. Like sweet, sugary, cinnamony cereal kind of thing. A little bit of topsoil, but not much. This is surprisingly clean is the wrong word. The grunge is coming from a different place than it normally comes from. Normally it's from the dirt, the woody, grungy side of things, but here it's from the fruit. A little bit of like a blueberry pastry thing, almost like an Ethiopian coffee kind of character. Darjeeling tea again with cream and sugar, cinnamon, allspice, cardamom. Really fabulous mouth presence. It's peppery, but not too peppery, and it's really coating my mouth. And the flowers, did I mention the flowers? There's flowers, more blossoms, more kind of Turkish delight kind of stuff. All that just hangs in there on the finish. And this has really got good length as well. This is a very, very good Armagnac. It's not as classical as the Mouréou. In fact, I feel like many yak drinkers would probably like this better. For me, like I'm on team Jean Bond here. I'm gonna give this some water. We'll move on. Let's do like 2 squirts. And yeah. Oh, a little bit of tobacco coming out now that I've added water. That's fun. Oh, and this was the amateur spirits pick. This is Sabine Dulhoste, a 1984 Bas-Armagnac, so circa 40 years old. Bottled by Amateur Spirits, 100% baco again, and 52.9% ABV, which is a nice healthy strength for a 40-year-old brandy. Surprisingly tricky to get a hold of on the nose. It's a little bit reserved. A lot of woody notes. A lot of French oak, overstewed black tea, chopped up furniture from the Ancien Regime. Some flowers creeping out. Just vague flower, just a vague kind of halo of floral stuff. A little cinnamon. I'm really fighting with this one. Come on. Kind of a, what is that? Some kind of candy coming out as well. Like really aggressively wood-aged, I don't know, Skittles, maybe. Skittles or juicy fruit. Maybe both. Let's go with both. Certainly the most kind of quiet is the wrong word. It's of this four. This is the one where it feels like the smells have been pulled into a black hole of oak and heaviness. Let's see what happens in the palate. So here's something I didn't expect to say. I don't know if you can still get this, but I find it very interesting, anyways. And if you still can, I think I'd like my review to be useful. Fans of Grand Champagne cognacs will want to take a look at this. I don't know if I would call cognac in a blind, but it's got some of that energy. It's a ton of oak. It's a ton of, again, like overstewed black tea, kind of old, slightly musty coffee grinds, chopped up furniture, but it's got this power to it, and then the halo of flowers, which really gives Grand Champagne energy. Yeah. Oh, it's totally doing that. I there's signs that tell me this is kind of its own thing. This is more Armagnac-y. It's got more of that kind of topsoil-y potting peat thing going on than I would expect Armagnac to. I'm sorry, than I would expect a cognac to have. But we're kind of within that set of stylistic conventions. It's power and wood with a little bit of finesse and a little bit of halo of florals, and I'm really enjoying those. Ooh. And now I'm struggling to say more about it. What are we getting on this? Dried fruit, fig, prune, but also like a dried nectarine kind of character. Raisin, golden raisins. Some nuttiness to this. Almost like a marzipan kind of thing. That kind of very cognac-y halo of flowers is quite fun. Milk tea again. But also just straight up, like, massively overstewed black tea. And some coffee grinds. Very delicately savory. A little bit of, just like, take one mushroom, which you've sauteed in like some soy sauce, a little bit of umami, chop it up, and kind of like maybe filter your Armagnac through that. There's a little bit of that. There's just a little hint of kind of savoriness kind of coming through. Maybe some MSG. I don't know. As an Armagnac, yeah, not super classical, but as a Grand Champagne cognac, I'd have to look at the prices on this again. This is worth taking a look. And we'll give it some water, and we'll go back through these one more time. Let's do like 2.5 squirts for this. All right, let's say these again. Back to the secret, not so secret Simsat from 2016. Oh. This is so weird. Like there's a custard thing coming out now, like a real egg custard kind of character. Okay, actually, that's a way to explain what's happening is now it feels like all those different elements I were talking about are starting to converge. So now I'm still getting the kind of floral grapey thing. I'm still getting the woody thing and the earthy thing. But now, with water, they've all given way just a little bit to a kind of core of, egg custard and lime peel. Oh, it's more peppery as well. A little more white pepper. I like this. I like this little guy. Please don't suck on the palate. Please don't suck. Here we go. It doesn't change as much on the palate, but it doesn't suck. Yeah. This is legit. I mean, it took until the second sip to convince me, but terrific mouthfeel, terrific finish. Length could be a little bit better, but it's, 7-8 years old? Flavors are very... I mean, it's more of a Armagnac añejo than it is like what you would traditionally think of as an Armagnac. It tastes older than that. The Phantom Grapes thing from Darnson I tried a while back. But we're not that far away from this. I don't know if this is what people will want from a young Armagnac. I suspect they want a little bit more kind of overt French oak, and this is a kind of playing a balance between pounding your face in with chopped up furniture and dried fruit, and also the freshness, the grapey florals, a little bit of citrus coming in. But for me, this is fantastic, and I'm going to see if I can grab a bottle of this. I'm going to call this, let's call this an 87. 87 freaking points. Very fun. Not necessarily what you think of first when you think of Armagnac, but I like this a lot. Let's move on. Oh yeah, this is the one I feel like I was being mean to this on the first run through. This is the Mouréou, 1988. I thought it was very, very good, lacking a little bit in personality. I mean, it's the florals that come out a little bit. There's a little bit of like a key lime character, but these are both kind of throwing more lime now. Interesting. But it's still, I can't help but think like those Washington State Bordeaux blends that are very, very, very good and that all just kind of taste like Washington State Bordeaux blends. It's nice. I'm being unfair. This is very good. And if you are more of a classical, conservative, let's say, yak head than I am, you're probably going to dig this more than I do. Oh, hang on. Okay, this has got some moves. So a lot of this is still very classic, like strong tea, coffee grinds, dried fruit, a little bit of florals kinds of stuff going on. But now, part of the tannins, the the woodiness on the finish has almost turned into like a chalky note, but good. Like it's almost like chalk and a little bit of key lime, like floral chalk, if that makes sense. I know that doesn't sound good, but I'm sort of into this. Yeah, it's a very good Armagnac. It's got a little bit of detail there now that I've added some water to give it some personality. I'm gonna be honest though. I think, hold on, let me try the Secret one more time. I'm going to be honest. I think I like the little 7/8-year-old a little bit more. I'm going to give this Mouréou 86 plus, which is still a good score. This is not a mid Armagnac. This is a good Armagnac. It's just not standing out a whole lot for me. But I do like it more with water, so bear that in mind. Back to the Jean Bon. This one might have been winning the flight for me on the first run through. I like the nose before. It hasn't changed much. I still like it. God, yeah, that sense of just like sour, wild fruit in it, but like put in a pastry is great. Oh, I love it. There's almost some more... There's some tobacco notes coming out now. Like stoved... more kind of dark, sweet tobacco. Like stoved Cavendish. Black Cavendish, I'm sorry. Stoved Virginias. On the palate. I love this style, and I just think this is very good. I know there's some folks out there, yak heads, who do not so much like acidity in their Armagnacs or their cognacs. And they will probably not enjoy this because this is really... there's some classic stuff going on here. You've got the cinnamon and the teas and the coffees and the chopped up furniture and a little bit of the tobacco-y thing. But a lot of this is sour wild fruit, sour rhubarb, cherries, wild berries. And I'm really digging it. I mean, terrific mouth presence. Fun development. And it's one I will remember. I have to go back and look through my Jean Bon scores again, but this might be my favorite one that I've had. Terrific. And I think it got better with water, actually. I'm going to give this... I can't get 90. But I will give this an 89 plus. This is very, very, very darn good. And worth a look. I think they still have these at their site. I think. I'm not going to double check, but they probably don't have this anymore. The Sabine Dulhoste. So you have to get it some other way. Still very, very just closed, just tight-fisted on the nose. A little more florals coming out now. Come on. But then again, like Grand Champagne Cognac can do this too. So we're very much like in that style. It's got more of an overt, like, French oak Gascon wood kind of thing than most GC cognacs are gonna bring. But yeah, it has that vibe on the palate. Oh, this is so close. These two are very, very different Armagnacs. And they're kind of neck and neck for me right now. Like, this is more... I can't call it more classical Armagnac because it isn't. It's more, classical Grand Champagne. Oh, they're so close. They're very, very... This is an 89 minimum. Let me think about it. Changes from where it was before? Not really. I mean, it was a big old powerhouse with, an iron fist with a velvet glove of finesse and fruit and florals on it before. That was what it was before, and it's still that right now. Let me try the John Bon one more time. No, you know what? I think the Jean Bon just takes it. Just takes it. It just has a little bit more grip in terms of the mouth presence. So yeah, the Dulhoste takes an 89-point score. That said, if you can still get this at a price less than comparable big, powerful Grand Champagne cognacs, this is worth a grab. I like all of these. Like it tells you something that the traditionalish cognac of the bunch got the lowest score of the bunch. These are all fantastic. I'm most excited about this little cheapie here, but I like all of these. They're all very good. And Aurelian, I will take the check now. And please go pick up a Pomace brandy one of these days. I will be waiting here in Chicago for your video call. Thanks for watching, everyone. Let's go through these one more time, just because 86 plus for the Mouréou, which is, it's delicious. You'll probably like it more than I am because I'm weirdo. 87 points for this secret Simsat. This is just, it's not a traditional Armagnac at all, but it's very, very good. And then 89 for the Dulhoste 1984, which is very, very, like, cognac fans will dig this. They just will. And then the Jean Bon, which is cognac fans will not dig, 89 plus. Thanks for watching, and cheers.